So hello, beautiful tribe, and welcome to Magic Month of November. I would be really grateful if those of you listening live could let me know that you can hear and see and that the technology is working properly. Hi Bonnie, hi Valerie, nice to see you. Can you say if you can hear and see that we're working? Hi, Sam. Hi, Penelope. Oh, good, good. Wonderful. Hi, Sapphira. Lovely to see you all. Hi, Iris. Beautiful. And Emma. Brilliant. Oh, loads of you saying hello now. Brilliant that you're all here. Thank you. Heidi and Carmen and my tribe. Welcome to Magic Month of November. It's a really, really exciting month. For those of you that do not know Magic Month or me, my name is Katie. I am from Starlight, which is a company that does all sorts of ceremonies, courses, and spiritual travel that is about becoming more empowered, more connected, and living more of your divine paths and sacred truths. And Magic Month is a online cosmic energy forecast for the month ahead, which gives you a little bit of an overview of what to expect energetically and emotionally, so that you can use the energies of the month and flow with them to benefit your life. And I have to say, I had it proved to me that Magic Month is really helpful, because some of you that are regular to Magic Month might have noticed that it wasn't on last month, which is the first time I have done that ever in the history of Magic Month. Sadly, my grandmother died just before our journey to Crete, and she was the last of my grandparents, and my body went into this state of grieving a whole kind of generation, and I really felt I needed to just honor the grief and be with the grief, and that was good of me. But by the time we got to the end of the month, I was so behind in our preparation for Crete that I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to sacrifice something in it, and it just had to be Magic Month. But because I wasn't doing Magic Month, I didn't really look too far ahead into the energies or what was going on. And I, as the month was going on, I really kind of missed having that knowledge, and I was finding stuff out afterwards, and I was like, oh, it's really re-inspired me about why I started Magic Month in the first place, which was really because my guides were giving me all of this useful information and about how to make the month good, and I kept meaning to write it down, never getting around to writing it down. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to record it and share it with everyone. And so yeah, that's what it's for. It's to give you an overview of the month ahead, so that you can work with the energies and the flow. And actually, November 2018 is one of the most gorgeous months I have ever tuned into over the years of running Magic Month. It is just like a breath after what has been quite a trying and intense year of great big transformations and massive healings. And November is where it all starts to come together and sparkle to the surface. So I'm really, really excited about giving you all the forecast. As I always do on Magic Month, we have a Q&A session with the guides that kind of is ad hoc. So if any of you have questions or things you want to ask or to have tuned into, post them here as and when. And Also, I love all of my webinars to be co-creative. So please create this webinar with me if you're listening live, and share your own wisdom and your own insights and your own experiences so that we can be in tribe. We are going to open this webinar with a very, very quick meditation just to connect and become more present. And so when you're ready, closing your eyes and feeling the muscles around your eyes relaxing as you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. See if you can invite your energy body to breathe with your body. So that you experience your breath uniting who you are physically, who you are energetically, and invite your emotional body to breathe with you too. So that when you breathe out, you let go of any of those stressful or emotional moments that you had today. Letting go of everything that's been going on in the past of today, and anything that might be going on beyond this webinar. So you gift yourself with the presence of this webinar. Of this time that is for you to align and heal and evolve. As you feel a column of light from the center of the universe pouring down into your energy field, instantly raising your vibration and traveling down into the heart of Mother Gaia, bouncing off the heart of Mother Gaia and traveling back up through you into the heart of Source, so that you are held in an enormous column of Source light that you can stretch out into, expand into as your aura is sealed from top to bottom, white and golden light, so that only love and light can enter, and surrounded by white Source fire for any transmutation of energy that needs to happen during this webinar. Really allowing the parts of yourself maybe haven't received much light, be it in your body, your heart, or your emotional body, just to soak in this light. And as you soak in this light, feel your meridian system, physical and energetic, filling with the silver love of Mother Gaia. So that this light that you are drinking in gets grounded into your life, into your body, into right here, right now. So you open your hearts to each other, to those you are sharing this webinar with now and in the future. Feeling the beautiful tribe energy of coming into circle, energetically. As you open your heart to this webinar, asking, why am I here? And letting your heart answer you in thoughts, words, pictures, or feelings about why you have been called to listen to this webinar. What it is that you are here for. So you can let that intention be vibrated into all of this light and flowing meridian alignment energy. Into all of this tribe love. And beyond the present, into the month ahead. And really feeling the energy of Green Tara with us. It's a wonderful goddess energy, Buddha energy. It's really about helping you instantly, helping you through. And just see if you can feel her energy. Her beautiful green light, helping your intention through. And when you are ready, breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. Breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. Opening your eyes and coming in to the room, and I would like to hear from all of you, some of you, any of you, about how you're feeling after that opening meditation. What insights did you get? What do you want to share? What do you want to be witnessed in? I am feeling really sparkly. I'm feeling the new vibes of November. I'm feeling this massive lightness to November, and I could really feel that in the meditation, like energies that I haven't felt before, and an excitement. Beautiful. Here for togetherness. That's lovely, Zafira. And don't worry if you just joined. And truth in action. That's brilliant, Heidi. That is a very good November statement. I like it. And soothed and excited, beautiful Penelope. It's really, really lovely. Lovely energies coming through. And so I'm peaceful, excited, open-hearted, lovely, calm, and intentions. I'm here for the love. Nice. Love is such a good intention to have. And Emma, calm, peaceful, bright green. Tara is sitting directly above your head on on my shelf. Amazing. That's perfect. Yeah, I've connected with Tara before, but she's suddenly like come back into my life and my face, and I feel that you know, the kind of Buddhists talk about the statues of Tara having one foot almost ready to leap and help you. That is such a good picture analogy for what I've tuned in about November. It's like the universe, Tara, all of the deities, all of the ascension buddies have one foot ready to leap and help you in November. So it's going to feel like things are much more easier to manifest finally after our retrograde summer. But let's go into that more. And beautiful Elsita felt the love melt into me. That's beautiful. And was told I'm here to listen. Another great intention. Kirsty, love and alignment. Amazing. And so just an overview of November. I think the first thing to say is, and I said it in the description of Magic Month, but it is the 11th month, as we know, and this year is an 11 year in numerology, because 2018 creates 11. And so we have that all important 11 awakening frequency that really kind of back in 2011 launched the whole ascension, next level of the ascension process. And so it's got this massive like awakening electric energy. And I'm so pleased, Renate, that you're feeling amazing and nice and connected. And what it's also got is it's really finally the end of what has been one of the most epic retrograde summers we've had in terms of cosmos history, or recent cosmos history, I should say. That's all coming to an end. And really what my guides say and the astrologists are confirming is that all of that like deep healing work you've been doing in the retrogrades, and deep transformation and deep letting go and deep slowing down and turning inward and facing yourself and facing yourself and facing yourself is finally gonna start to make sense. It's It's like finally you're going to awaken to why the year has taken the turns it has, why the challenges have been shaking you up, why everything's been feeling a little bit stuck, so that you can go inwards and things about your path and your new path cycles are going to become clear. Energy is going to come back into flow, and it is really about the energy of I can November. You know, it's like, it's to put it in, to put energy into words, it is the energy of I can actually make new choices. I can actually make new choices. I can actually make new choices that come from worthiness or love or abundance or overflow. And actually knowing that you can, because the healing has been done. And so your choice is very important in November, because it's a month of awakening and aligning into what's next, and really holding that I can energy is really, really the key in November. Just before we go into the more detailed forecast, I would like to just show you something that I actually experienced during one of the exercises that I was doing for myself on the channeling course. But if you close your eyes and connect to your heart, and open your heart, and just play with what happens to your heart center when you say, I can. Does it open more? Does it feel more alive? Does it fill with more light? I can. And now try saying, I can't, and see what happens to your heart. And then I can. And then I can't. Just when you're ready, open your eyes and share. Did you have an experience? Did you notice the difference between I can and I can't? Because when I did it now, and when I first did it, I was like, I can really opens my heart. It really enlivens my heart. And I can't really closes my heart. It's like that one, those two simple words really shut my heart. and so I would like to hear, well, the difference. I love the I can energy, so opening. Brilliant, Sapphira. So you've had the same experience, and it's and what it really showed me is that I can is light and easy, exactly. And I can't is heavy. And Kirsty, I can feels like my chest expands. See, I can opens, Laura, brilliant. It opens your heart. And what it really showed me is every time I'm approaching something, whether it's something creative or something practical or any challenge, if I'm approaching it with I can't, and you're all having the same experience, thank you for sharing. Iris, don't worry, strangely vulnerable is a good sign. Vulnerability means you're going to go out of your comfort zone. And even though it can feel a little bit odd at first, it means that there's growth and flow and path happiness that comes from stepping out of your comfort zone. So I would embrace the vulnerability, even if it's a little bit unusual. And so when you are saying, when you're approaching something with the I can't energy in your heart, you're essentially closing your heart and closing down your connection to source, Gaia, universe, guides, self, higher self, all of the things that could potentially help you with whatever it is that about the task that you have ahead. And so, but I Can opens up to all of that. And so a little piece of advice for November, because I feel like there's going to be lots of inspiration popping through and ideas popping through and possibilities for change coming in November. When you approach those changes, when you approach those new ideas, when you take sacred action for your paths, make sure you're coming from the place of I can, because your hearts are the compass of your soul. And you want your compass working for those kind of new path choices, because path is a massive theme, and we're going to come on to that now. So yeah, brilliant. I'm sorry I didn't understand the predictive text, Renato. Brilliant. I'm so pleased that it opened and felt good. And so let's have a little look at the month in a bit more detail. So actually at the moment we're in quite an interesting little few days in the run up to the new moon, which is on Wednesday. It's on the 7th. If some of you have been feeling a bit emotional or feeling really like loads of energy is flowing through, it's because a massive Jupiter cycle is ending on the 8th of November, the day after the new moon. And there's this big lunar, watery healing that is happening to help you complete the emotional process and the emotional story you have been on over the last 13 months. And so if you take a moment to think back to October last year, do you have a life story that runs from October last year right through to now? Because when I found out about this, I was like, and I suddenly saw that actually from October last year, I had something massive happen that sent me spiraling into a massive amount of healing and a huge transformational journey in my truth, in my life, in my path. And suddenly, like the whole year, the last 13 months came together, and I was like, oh. And so, and a couple of other people I've mentioned it to have had the same thing. And so that is completing this week, that story of your journey since October last year is completing. Well, end of September actually, but you know, that whole process from that time last year is completing. And there's lots of kind of watery, moony energies around that are, when I've tuned in, it feels like a rebirthing into the new Jupiter cycle. And on top of that, tomorrow on the 6th of November, we have Uranus going back into Aries temporarily. So those of you that are regular to Magic Month will remember that Uranus moved into Taurus in May, and Uranus likes to shake things up and rebel things up. And so Uranus in Taurus really shakes the foundation, security, home, all of that kind of thing. And actually the Uranus cycle is very, very big, but he's dipping back into Aries before he moves fully into Taurus from March 6th next year. And so he completed like an 8-year, this is the final part of an 8-year Aries journey. And when he's in Aries, it's really about your individuality and your uniqueness. And this time is really about this kind of finale of this Uranus journey is about coming home to yourself, really honoring the massive healing journey you've had with yourself in the first big ascension cycle, you know, last 7-8 years. Think of all of the healing you've done, all of the self-work you've done, and it's about really honoring and celebrating the completion of that. So like I said, there's also this massive completion energy happening in November. And then on the 7th is a new moon, and that's a like really, really fresh start energy to it. It's a fresh start, but it's also an opportunity to kind of tie up loose ends and complete because of what's happening the next day. It's a really, really good time to manifest. This new moon is a really, really good time to make a new path, not even manifest, take a new path action, make a new path choice, be manifesting in action. And then on the 8th, we have this Jupiter shift. And Jupiter, who's really like our major path planet, moves from Scorpio into Sagittarius on November 8th. And Jupiter's much more comfortable in Sagittarius. Jupiter's home in Sagittarius. And obviously Sagittarius is really all about kind of charging forward and moving forward and direction. Whereas Scorpio's got a sting to it. And so I don't know if your path has stung you over the last 13 months with Jupiter in Scorpio, but mine has, and lots of kind of those dark, heavier shadow energy type things have really been coming up in the last 13 months. So take a look at that story and those wounds and understand that it is completing. Whatever your story is completing. And so make a new choice on the new moon, make a new manifestation and a new choice for yourself, and let Jupiter carry that new choice and that new vibration into this new Jupiter lunar cycle. And the reason my guides call it a Jupiter lunar cycle is because it's 13. And it moves through, it kind of moves the waters of your path for a lunar year, for a lunar cycle. And therefore your emotional waters and spiritual waters and deep waters will get affected by this. And so, yeah, my guides are sorry. They're saying your inner and your outer waters really get affected by this cycling of Jupiter. And Jupiter is going to be in Sagittarius until the 2nd of December 2019. So it's a really, really big, nice move. And in Sagittarius, it's about seeking your truth and living in accordance to what feels good. It is essentially about following your joy, following the joy, because the joy is where everything will work out. And if you align that soul compass to joy, everything is going to work out. At the same time, because of the 1111 numerological frequency of November, there is all of this ascension energy pouring in. It is like, it's just like, there's so, like, when I tune into it, it's just like so much light and so much electricity, and so the earth currents really buzzing with that ascension, wake up, exciting, positive winds of change energy. And there are 2 very special ascension portal days. Obviously the 11th, where we have 11-11-11, and that's again another chance to kind of leap forward, another good chance to practice any awakening exercises, practice any connection exercises, practice any vibration raising, manifesting, really again coming back to that the choice to change, because the choice to change is so much more possible on a surface level. Even though we've been doing all of this deep change all year with all of these retrogrades, it's so much more possible on a surface level. And I remind you of that green Tara image, like ready to leap, you know. And then we also have the 16th is when Venus retrograde ends. So the other nice thing that's coming to completion this year is our retrograde, epic retrograde season of the planets retrograding really comes to completion. So Venus retrograde ends on the 16th. When Venus is in retrograde, it tends to be any problems in relationships come up, matters of the heart, matters of self-love, all of that kind of thing comes up. But actually, the intense part of that the retrograde was last month, and this month it feels more like Goddess Venus does, like a gentle delivery back into love being direct, and a gentle delivery back into the heart space, flowing forward, if that makes sense, as opposed to flowing inwards. And again, it's because it's been such an intense retrograde summer. It's more, when I tuned in about the last part of Venus retrograde, it's more about really honoring how far you've come in loving yourself and how much love you've shown yourself through times of great change or great stuckness or deep healing that happens in retrograde. And then there's a nice little flip of the retrogrades, and last retrograde of the year, and until spring next year, the last major one, is the very next day. It's like Venus hands over to Mercury, and we go into Mercury retrograde, which is, Mercury is really about communication. And so when it's retrograding, you know, there's a lot of drama around Mercury retrograde, as in like trains stopping and technology not working and stuff like that, and communication breaking down. But actually, really, it's just an invite to turn inwards and to communicate with your inner self. And again, when I tuned into it, it doesn't feel like a fierce one. It feels like really acknowledge how far you've come. One of the things that my guides are reminding me of is we did a frankincense ceremony last night. And this ceremony, I mean, Starlight is famous for the deep transformational, big breakthrough, lots of tears work. And this ceremony was just golden. Like it was just so beautiful, and everyone was blissing out. And the guides at the end of the ceremony were like, yeah, this is your reward. You know, this time, this November is really about you accepting and receiving the rewards of your deep healing. So in Mercury retrograde, go to the bliss stuff. Go to the, it's not one for kind of going deep. It's one for really honoring the rewards of when you turn inward to yourself and feel the love that is there. And so things like kirtan and things like you know, anything that is 5 rhythms, anything that is about kind of celebrating the self is powerful in this Mercury retrograde. Then the 23rd, we have the full moon. Really, really potent full moon, really electric. Again, really powerful to manifest. By that time, a lot should have become clear, and a lot, you know, if you are turning inwards, if you are honoring, if you are allowing yourself to receive the bliss and to receive the ecstasy, you really should be doing fabulous electric manifestation under that full moon, and connecting to the fullness and the completion and receiving the awakening and ascension energies. And I'll respond to you guys in just a minute. And then on the 25th, and I've not heard of this before, and it's only something I read about, but apparently the sun, something happens with the sun on Jupiter. Sun goes enters sun and Jupiter align in some way. You'll have to look it up, because I don't have quite time to look it up. But a lot of astrologers say it's like the luckiest day of the year, and it's the most special day of the year. And because the sun is like light and fire, and Jupiter is path and expansion and abundance, and so those two energies, it's like illumination and light and source meeting path, abundance, expansion. And so it's a really, really special day, real good day to do blessings, to do offerings, again, to manifest, to ask for blessings for all, to connect to the big, big picture, because lots and lots of positive, juicy energy is shining down, and it's kind of just a really good day to receive it. And then on the 29th of November, there is another 29 also works out at as an 11, so there's another 11 portal. And so especially between the 11th and the 29th, this ascension energy is just going to be wearing our energy bodies, inviting our energy bodies to rise, to soar, anything that can kind of bring you up into joy and raise your vibration and bring forth realization. It's like the all of the healing that you have done in the last 13 months and in the massive retrograde summer will be realized in the moment of joy and bliss. And so the more you can connect to that in your daily practices at home, through opening your heart, simply, you know, even doing the I can energy, the more you're going to be able to access all of these ascension energies. And we're going to do at the end of this webinar a little Gaia Grid channeled meditation to really bring you into alignment with these ascension energies that Gaia's just receiving at the moment to help the consciousness change. So how nice is this month? I love it. Like, it's totally actually a beautiful, gorgeous month. Amazing that's your birthday, Heidi. Which one? And Elsie's very funny about 5 No Rhythms. That is a when we were in Ibiza, everybody saw what a terrible dancer I am, and 5 No Rhythms is the name of my dancing because it has no rhythm. And so yes, I will ask the question about music for you, Zafira, when we come into that. That's a good point. I remember you, Heidi, from the womb workshop. Yeah, the night of that womb workshop was really when a lot of my big healing journey with the Jupiter Scorpio began. It was I remember that workshop. Gosh, that reminds me how different November was last year. I was doing a magic month, and Carly, it wasn't Green Tara's energy that was around. It was Carly's energy. She was whipping all of our asses. So yeah, remember that. Remember that. And yes, that's when my amazing Zafira. So you're also connecting the dots. It is a really good time to connect the dots. My guides are saying that connecting to the story you've been on and how far you've come since that October time last year is really going to be the fuel that brings you into this new month. So, and this new energy. So it's a great time to tonight would be a really good time to sit with it and think about it and notice, because it's also timed with this Uranus in Aries shift. Really notice what changes of the self have come about through that story, through that healing journey that the Jupiter lunar cycle took you on. And so I am going to open up for questions. And so if any of you have questions, now is the time. I will tune in for you about that, Elsita. So first let me ask about Zafira. My guides are saying focus. They're saying focus on the course you're doing, the channeling course. Because that's the heart-opening work, and the flow work is going to serve the music the most. Don't focus too much on big results in November. Focus on the longer game rather than the instant one. And the flow of the longer game, which is where so much more happiness lies. And actually they're saying that is a message for everyone. It's like manifesting. Yes, you can ask Tara and all of these ascension energies for help for the immediate things in November, and instant manifestation will improve. It's really like awakening into a new vision board, and a new vision board and a new vision of the month and of beyond the month. So it's like a bigger picture. It's like a month about connecting to things that are ultimate and not the stepping stones, and not the things that you think are going to get you there, but that more ultimate path. Like they keep just showing me a vision board and like creating a new vision of your future is what November's for, but the vision is going to come out, like the path and the vision and the creativity and the meaning is going to come out of all of this deep inner work and change work that you've done. And suddenly what you want is going to become clearer, and it's going to be different from what it was before. I hope that makes sense for you, Zafira, and for everybody. I hope you can understand. And Alcita, yeah, the I can exercise. I can, but I shouldn't. The I shouldn't is a mind thing. And I would play with that exercise. And really, rather than, so the mind likes to add words to things, but see if you can just be in the experience of what I can feels like. And if the mind adds words onto the end, because the heart occasionally speaks in words, but the heart, which is the center of trust and moving forward, you know, maybe if you're asking it a particular question that you're not ready for, but it's not of the heart to respond automatically with I shouldn't if you're completely neutral. And so I would say, just see if you can explore the I can and how it feels, what it makes your heart feel. And if the I shouldn't comes in, notice if that's closing your heart down. Like, notice if your energy, one of the things that's been happening for people in the channeling course this year is I've really been noticing that when they go into their head, their energy actually rises up into their head. And so notice if that is happening to your energy when the I shouldn't is coming in. And then see what happens when you come back to the heart with I can again. And just, it's about playing with it and exploring with it. And actually there's a really, really good exercise that I will share for that energy rising thing that I got tonight from Yin Yoga, hence my cushion pressed, my block pressed mark on my forehead. See, I think that's why you're asking a question, Alcita, rather than just seeing what I can does to your heart. And so I would make it less complicated and see what I can does for your heart. And my guides are saying, yes, of course you can sing. And the Icaros and the songs of the medicines of the earth are for everyone. And you can channel songs, and you can channel the Icaro songs that are you and of you and for you by being in that I can heart energy. And so, yeah, just the songs do not belong to people, they belong to the earth. And if you have a song coming through in channeling, then it's your prerogative to share it. That's what my guides are saying. You know, traditions that try and claim things. Whilst it is wonderful that traditions are honoured and upheld, and there are people whose path it is to hold the traditions, there are also people whose path it is, especially women, to mix and merge the traditions. And if you are coming from your heart center, then you will always be in integrity. You will always be in integrity if you're coming from your heart. And so getting used to being in that I can open heart energy. It's more about how the openness feels, rather than if you can or you can't, you know. But I wouldn't work with the songs or any energies that you weren't empowered about working with, you weren't sure in your heart to work with. But know that they are there for you if you are sure, because the songs of all healing songs belong to the earth. They are gifted to humans from the earth. That's what my guides are saying. So I hope that answers your question. Kirsty, that's great. So when you say you can, if you're feeling like you need to root into Gaia, do root into Gaia. Like that means that you'll ground that I can energy in, and you'll be standing grounded with an open heart. So it's a good thing to do. So April in December, I'm glad you brought that up. We're going to talk about that. Yeah, songs come from the heart. Everything, the whole path comes from the heart. And we are way showers in the West. And we are not here. We don't have the traditions. So we have to mix and match the traditions and follow the heart. And so, Zafira, I can't answer the Avery question for you, because you have to come if you know you're called, and because I'm space holding for it, I can't call you to it. But we would love to have you, and thank you for reminding me. So for those of you that are listening or want to know, Starlight, the last Starlight event of 2018 is going to be our winter solstice journey to Avebury. And every year we go, but every year is a totally different energy, a totally different theme. And so it is never, ever the same, but it is always so magical. And Avebury is like just the most sacred, beautiful soul place. And this year's theme is so exciting and interesting to me. It is a very, very gentle rebirth alchemy journey. So deeply healing and deeply transformational, but one that is really focused on channeling, which I have never had called before. And it's channeling Gaia, and it's about going deeper with how you connect to the mother, with how you connect to your path through the mother, with how you experience the energy flows and meridians of the mother, and really, really bringing through Gaia's ascension prayers and love in just the most beautiful ceremonial way. And I'm seeing all this amazing visuals every time I tune in, about like kind of seeing the geometry of Gaia and the energy flows and the veils, and just communing with her to totally realign your path on the Michael and Mary line, to receive the wisdom of the stone. It's just divine and gorgeous. And we're going to be working with 3 amazing heart medicines, and really coming into integrity with our connection with Gaia, which is then our connection with our path. And we've got some inside time this year as well as outside time, which is exciting. And it's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And the next day is the full moon. And so I've also been guided to do a day. So that one is for men and women. And then I've got a day of deep feminine womb work in Avebury under the full moon, working with like womb waters and the moon. And that is either, they're 2 separate journeys. There's obviously a discount if you do both of them. But you can also book the one individually on the weekend. So the day I haven't actually channeled fully about yet, but the 3 days is up, and it's just the guidance coming through is just, oh, it's making me pulse. It's so exciting. So, and that is Starlight's last thing in the UK till we don't know when, because we're going off on an adventure in Flow. So, but I feel like it's going to be very, very sacred and special. And so, that's the journey. If you're called, we would love to have you. I'm really feeling the energy of the hummingbird as well. And I don't know for sure yet, but I think that the hummingbird might be the sign for this journey. Because it really feels like channeling it through the 6 directions, and that energy of the hummingbird that is just so much joy and fearlessness is really starting to come through it. So as with all Starlight journeys, it unfolds, but it will be a ceremonial light work, self-work, soul adventure into the womb and the heart of the mother, and a new way of connecting to Gaia. Oh, really? That's amazing, Carmen. That is really amazing. I keep seeing them and I'm like, is it the hummingbird? Is it the medicine of the hummingbird? Last year we had this like white deer supporting us in April. It was so beautiful. But yeah, so that is happening, and of course, we would love to have any magic monthers with us. You can click on that and open that in a new tab. I'm going to pull a card of the month. Does anybody have any questions about November? Anything else they want to ask? I'm going to pull a card for November. Ooh, I like it. Golden Crown. What an awakening card is that. And that, again, that was so in our frankincense journey last night as we were tuning into this November shift. It was just like so much golden energy. It's real. It's a real blessing month. It's a really, really sacred month. And we deserve it because we all work very, very hard. I don't know about you, but I've done loads of crying in the last 13 months. Conscious crying, you know, conscious releasing, conscious change. And so this card says, congratulations on your amazing journey so far. Acknowledge the spiritual and personal growth that you have achieved, dear ones. Celebrate this moment. That's what November is. It's about celebrating the ascension that we've already created in ourselves and our lives. We are all here in spirit to rejoice in just how far you've come. Your strength, your perseverance have paid off, and your future is bright. The gift of the golden crown has been placed upon your head in honor of all that you have already achieved. Bask in the glory of love that rains down on you. You deserve it. It's a month for actually knowing that you can change your choices into choices for worthiness. That is the perfect card. That's a perfect card. I'm just going to read the mantra. Your light is magnificent. Let us uplift you now. Honor the radiant light of others. Month to just let the ascension energies do the work. And talking of the ascension energies, let us connect to these Gaia grid energies. I will put Avebury up again, but I just want to put up, finally got Starlight's new Facebook group properly going. So this Facebook group is a free group, and there's all sorts of vlogs and little posts and little bits of channeling, and any cosmic events get shared on it. And it's just a really good free resource for connecting and keeping the vibes high. And yeah, so if you would like to get more vlogs, touch base, ask questions over the month, etc., you can join the group. Again, you can click the link and it will open in another tab. I want to show you this yin thing that is really good for the mind, and we'll do it to get into the grid meditation, so that you can connect to all these golden ascension energies. So when you're ready, closing your eyes and feeling the muscles around your eyes relaxing as you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. And this is really good if your energy is rising too up into your mind. So it is a really good one for balancing your energy. And like I said, I've really been noticing that people's energy actually does go up into their mind when a certain thought comes in. And so closing your eyes if you haven't already, and breathe in. And as you breathe in, feel the energy rising from your heart up to the top of your spine, at the bottom of your head. And as you breathe out, bring it back down to your heart. And again, feeling the energy rise up, top of your spine. And when you breathe out, feeling it slide down your spine, back into your heart. One more time, feeling your energy rise up from your heart to the top of your head and back down. And that way is really, really good if you're feeling a bit low on energy. And if you're a bit too in your head, you've got a bit too much fire, too much yang energy, you go the other way. So when you breathe in, you feel the energy, that prana energy, that source self prana energy, falling down to the bottom of your spine. And when you breathe out, you bring it back up to your heart. And breathing in, letting it drop down to the bottom of your spine. And breathing out, bringing it up to the top, to the heart. And then, if you really need to balance, this wasn't in my yin class, but it's what I felt, you just alternate them. So when you breathe in, you bring the prana energy to the top of your spine. And when you breathe out, you feel it flowing to your heart. And when you breathe in, you feel the energy flowing down to the bottom of your spine. And when you breathe out, you bring it back up to your heart. And breathe in, bringing the energy up to the top of your spine. And breathe out, bringing it into your heart. And breathe out, dropping the energy. Breathing in, dropping the energy to the bottom of your spine. Breathing out, bringing it up to your heart. And just notice how your energy is leveled, how you've become more centered. And from this place of being centered, open your heart to the currents of the earth, to the electrical pulses of the earth. And feel those pulses that flow through every sacred site. One corner of the earth. Really moving through your meridian system, in your body and energy body. And if any of the pulses in your body or energy body are out of alignment, feel Gaia bringing the magnetic force of these pulses into alignment. For these earth pulses are stronger than anything out of alignment in your physical energy bodies. And you might feel quite twitchy while this realignment is happening. You might feel the need to move. And open your heart. Feeling the pulses coming through your heart as they travel along the one heart grid that connects all hearts on earth. Feel these pulses moving through your feet chakras, your hand chakras, and the crystalline points within your spine and joints as they move through the crystal grid, crystalline manifestation grid, deep within the earth. And notice that the crystalline grid pulses have a different rhythm to the one heart pulses, and they might change the way your body is moving. As you feel these pulses moving through the ascension grid, and from the ascension grid into your highest chakra, your soul star portal, and higher self portal chakra, which is a foot above your head, and then into your heart, your solar plexus, and your root. And as you feel all three of these pulse rhythms of Gaia's in-breath of life upon these different pulse rhythms, start to feel your energy body being moved by the ley lines and currents of Mother Gaia. Just allowing the current of your path to be carried by these ancient earth currents that swirl across all of the ley lines. And as you're connecting, start to feel those ley line grids lighting up the whole of Gaia. As you feel her heart smiling into these ley line grids, into these currents, into these pulses, as you feel the golden and electric blue ascension energies of this 11/11 November coming down into all of these pulses, all of these currents, all of these ley lines, and allow yourself to belong to the receiving of this ascension energy, of this electric blue awakening energy, of this golden light, blessing, soothing, healing energy that is bringing new vibration to the earth, and feeling your energy lifting, feeling your vibration soaring as the goddess, as Gaia anchors this energy through all of your vibration, through the pulses and alignment currents that you have allowed yourself to be connected to, as you open up and receive this ascension healing into that story, into that 13-month journey that is coming into completion, into the stage of revealing, into the time of revelation in your life. And as you receive these energies, let go of your old dreams, of the dreams that you created from the wounded self. And open your hearts to redreaming from the full self, from the worthy self, from the whole self, to awakening into a new vision for your life, for your path, for your future, one that is more possible, more expanded, more abundant, and more beautiful, and one that is of service to the highest good of all. Feeling your crown opening to this golden ascension light, so that it falls into your center. knowing that you are always in connection with the grid of ascension, of crystalline manifestation of the One Heart. That you belong to the currents and meridians of Gaia. You are yourself coming back to the warm love of your body, to the radiance of your energy body. Breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. Breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. Feeling a golden rain shower of light coming through your energy body, taking any energy that is meant to go to the earth. And the violet flame dancing through your aura, transmuting all energy that does not serve or belong into the highest positive love light energy. And taking it to Source Gaia or wherever it is in the highest good for it to go. Upon a beam of source light comes into your energy now. As you connect to the source within yourself. The earth love within yourself and your divine truth. And when you are ready, breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. And when you are ready, open your eyes, come into the room. So I would like to thank you all for a very, very beautiful magic month. I would of course love to hear how any of you are doing after that very electric activation that always seems to be the way these days. I'm doing good. I'm very, very excited about November, and I feel the guidance already. I feel there's parts of me coming into the realization that a certain level or layer of healing has been done, and that feels very, very nice. Amazing that you're feeling in bliss, Kirsty. And yeah, it was a very, very magical month, Sophia. I agree. And it's gonna be a very, very magical month for everybody. No, I'm so pleased you're lit up, calm. It's beautiful. Oh, thank you, Alcita. I'm glad you're feeling chilled and connected to tree root spirits. That's beautiful. And highly charged, amazing. I began to cry in the letting go of the old dream from the wounded place. That's brilliant. Crying is always a release. And yay, crying and then laughing is perfect. That's the perfect healing process. Penelope, that's brilliant. And you know, a lot of dreams, clearing out your old dreams is a really powerful thing to do, because certainly a lot of my dreams were actually things my ego wanted because I didn't love myself. And so it's really good to check in and think if there's things that you know were trying to manifest from the wrong place, because they can kind of clog up your manifesting flow. The wounded dreams, We don't want them. We want the big path, healed dreams, because they're the ones that are the most beautiful and magical and fulfilling and abundant and flowful. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to put up Avebury again in case any of you are called. We would love to have you in Avebury. There is a little review about our summer Avebury journey that we did this summer, in case any of you would like to hear. It's just under the picture. So much love to you all, so much light to you all, so many blessings to you all. Happy November. I will see you for the last month, magic month of 2018 in December. Bye.